Maybe you were this woman who were very promiscuous, or maybe you were this woman who didn't adhere to your children's need, or maybe you were this woman who really didn't care about how you presented yourself to the world. Those are the goals that I'm referring to. It doesn't mean that I'm not talking about you going out there and just building this big old business, because having a big old business and having money, yes, that is very, very good. But that doesn't make you fully a queen. That doesn't make you, that doesn't awaken your sleeping queen, okay? So, what awakens your sleeping queen is, first of all, I want you to take a moment to think about your past. Think about all of the things that you have done in your past, or maybe something that you did yesterday, okay? How does that make you feel? Are you ashamed of it? And does it make you feel disgusted in yourself? Does it make you just, want to just be like, why? And not be able to face the world? If that is how you feel, I need you to first forgive yourself, okay? Forgive yourself for putting yourself in positions that didn't look good to everybody else. Not just everybody else, but to yourself. Forgive yourself for all of those things that you have put yourself in position to be viewed as someone who is very promiscuous, someone who is untrustworthy, and so. Forgive yourself. All right. Now, I need you to know that the mistake that you made yesterday was yesterday. The mistake that you made a few minutes ago was a few minutes ago. You have the capability to change everything right now. Everything. In order to wake up the sleeping queen inside of you, you have to see yourself in another position. You have to see yourself in another position. What is the woman that you strive or dream to become? Who is that woman? Who is the woman? That woman that you see yourself is the sleeping queen inside of you. Okay? If you see yourself in a better position when it comes to finances, envision it and start taking baby steps to actually get there. Okay? For so long, when I found out my purpose in life, I've always envisioned myself to be the leading lady. Okay? I'm sorry, guys. I've always envisioned myself to be the leading lady. All right? I'm going to be a little transparent here. Throughout my childhood, I wasn't the brightest. I wasn't smart. I remember in elementary school, I was in the little learning disability classes because I couldn't comprehend well. And I remember just being in those moments and trying to envision myself as being smarter. You know what I mean? I've always wanted to just try, because for some reason, a lot of people, and this is probably a little sidebar, a lot of people, especially teachers, always was like, you're so pretty, like, basically, why are you failing or slacking in these areas? And it's because I didn't really, first of all, have any drive to learn much more. And then on top of that, I struggle with a learning disability. So as time went by, I started to envision myself as, being a top, not even just a top student, but being better than I was before, being better than I was in elementary school. And I remember there was this one teacher who actually helped me a lot with my learning. And by the time I got to ninth grade, I was very, very confident in myself. I was very confident in being able to learn and retain information. And so that all happened with me envisioning myself in that position of being able to learn and retain information. So, what I am saying is, if you have been someone who's been promiscuous, envision yourself as the woman that you want to be. If you want to be pure, you need to envision yourself being celibate, maybe. Being celibate, forgiving yourself, and also ask yourself, why have I been pursuing these promiscuous ways? I know for a lot of women have experienced maybe rape at a young age. And I haven't experienced rape, but I have experienced almost being raped at a young age. It didn't happen because I actually stopped it before it happened. The person came and he tried to basically feel on me, but I was not asleep. And so I called him, I told my mom, and that was the end of that. But a lot of women experience rape at a young age, and at that point it leads on to being promiscuous. So why I'm saying that is because think about what you've been through. Forgive yourself and know that because of that situation, it does not knock you from seeing yourself as being a woman of purity, okay? It does not knock you from seeing yourself as a woman for purity. Forgiving yourself is the first step to healing. Because if you don't forgive yourself, you will feel like everything that you're experiencing is you. Is a part of you. This is who I am. And that's not the case. Because before the rape, before the spending numerous amount of money, before the partying, before the drinking, before the drugs, you were actually somebody else. Okay, you didn't do any of those things until they were introduced to you or until someone took advantage of you. Okay, so you have a sleeping queen inside of you. You just have to wake her up by remembering who you were before all of that and understanding that yes, some things that have happened to you are unfortunate, are the things that you put yourself in a bad position to happen to you are unfortunate, but you have a chance to renew and rewrite your story again. Waking up the sleeping queen means to rewrite your story. Rewrite your story. My story is, okay, I come from a mother and father. My father, he was a good father. He provided, but he just wasn't there like I wanted him to be. He was stuck in his ways and stuck in thinking about all of his childhood crippling stories. And he didn't have the time nor capacity to teach me how to better myself when it came to understanding my worth, okay? And my mom, she was always busy working, trying to make sure that we had a roof over our head. And that was her main priority because she was adopted as a kid and she just wanted to make sure that we didn't experience what she experienced. So basically, I was stuck trying to make right decisions for my own and trying to learn right from wrong on my own. I basically made decisions for my whole entire life because I didn't have the parents that actually hone in and focus on what I was doing all of the time, okay? And so how I rewrote my story is by realizing my mistakes and thank God that whatever happened to me, when unfortunate situations happen to me, or when I put myself in situations that was unfortunate, I was able to learn from it. And how I was able to learn from it is the pain. The pain allowed me and pushed me to not make those same mistakes that I made before. And for example, a hot stove, anything hot, you touch it, you burn yourself. How many times do you think you're going to burn yourself after that again? And so that's how those bad decisions felt to me when I put myself in position to get burned. It hurt a lot. And so in order to wake up the sleeping queen in you, do not retain or take on all of the trauma or the past events that have happened to you. Do not claim it as it being you, okay? Because the world today, everything's look normal. Everything seems normal, okay? But it's not, okay? It just appears that way because there are very few people choosing to go the opposite way. You, my darling, you, my gorgeous sunflower, you have to understand your truth.